Okay, guys, the human eye. My name is Mr. Mpepu. I welcome you to my class. Today's date 24 April 2024, Wednesday, and the time there 12:37. With that being said, guys, sanibonani, dumelani, avsheni, hello, nda guys to all corners of South Africa and Africa kabuphara. Today we'll be dealing with past examination questions under the human eye. So you'll agree with me, guys. Okay, let's first by welcoming all of you. All of you are here. I welcome you. Those of you who are returning students, I appreciate you. And those of you who are new here, feel free to subscribe, feel free to share, and feel free to comment. Another thing, don't forget to set this video to the HD and also set the video to the full screen mode, right? So that you'll be able to read whatever I'm representing here or whatever I'm looking at here, right? So thank you. With that being said, guys, and Bonani, I welcome you. Last time I checked, we were at 90, positive 90 something subscribers, positive 90 something subscribers, guys. Our class is moving on. Our class is growing day by day. All those who have been subscribed, guys, this is your chance to subscribe before we hit that 100 mark, right? Week 6, we started at the 18th of March. If you can go back to my videos, you can track the beginning of this week here up until today, right? Today we are dealing with the human eye, and then after dealing with the human eye, we are week 6, right? We are also under our weekly plan: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So this will be our weekly plan. Monday, we said we are going to do the structure and function of a human eye. Tuesday, we are going to do accommodation and pupillary mechanism. And then Wednesday, we are going to do question and answer, which will be today. And then Thursday, and Friday, those will be the defects and other questions and answers there, right? Doing this. And then you will agree with me that you agreed with me yesterday or Monday here that we are going to take the information here and bring it here, and we're also going to take this information here, bring it here, right? So we're going to do the revision of these two here, these two, while we are doing our activities. You'll agree with me, right? So those who have been subscribe, guys. We did up until here. You'll agree with me. Yesterday we did accommodation and pupillary mechanism. I spent 1 hour 30 minutes explaining these two. So if you missed it, go and watch it, right? So from there you'll agree with me. We did the structure, we did this, and then we are also done with this, right? Binocular vision and its importance. We are also done with accommodation and pupillary mechanism. Accommodation, we are dealing with the lengths there held by our suspensory ligament. Pupillary mechanism, we are dealing with that opening there held by our iris, right? Iris, right? Something like that, right? So this iris, they have the radial what we talked about this yesterday. You'll agree with me. We have 3 hours explaining this. So human eye, we did this. You'll agree with me. If you were not here, where were you, right? I even told you that first thing you have to label those 3 layers: the sclera, the choroid, and the retina. While you are doing so, you are learning their function: the sclera to protect, choroid, blood vessels, retina, photoreceptors, yellow spot, optic nerve, blind spot, vitreous humor, lens there, our iris there. You know that vitreous humor, it's supporting here, and then lens there. This will be our lens. They will be diffracting our light there, light stimuli to there, our yellow spot there, and then they are held in place by a suspensory ligament. Also this suspensory ligament joined to our ciliary body, having our ciliary muscles, right? They have to this one here, they work in our accommodation, right? So from there we have our iris and the pupil there, which will be the pupillary mechanism, also protected. Or we also have the water there, which is aqueous humor, watery fluid, right? This is the fluid there. It's not water, it's a watery fluid, watery, right? Viscosity and what here we say it's a jelly like, right? There's a difference between the two. This one is a jelly like substance, this one is a water like. You can say water like, it's fine. Then you have the cornea there. This will be the part there which is concave, and then it also dome or convex. Sorry, it's concave, it's convex, and it can also refract light, right? We learn about this. So this is what you should be able to be holding at this moment, or this is the information that you should be holding up until this moment, right? We talked about the human brain. If you still remember, the human brain is made out of a cerebrum. After cerebrum, we have our spinal cord there, our medulla oblongata, and then our hypothalamus, and then our pituitary gland, and then our cerebellum, right? Also coming down to our spinal cord, made by that butterfly. You'll want to see that butterfly there, and then our line there, and then the other one moving out there. You know this, and then you have another one moving line there, and then this one here, it will be our dorsal root, right, having our cell body, and then our sensory neuron making our spinal nerve. This one motor neuron, this one interneuron, here gray matter, here white matter, right? Dorsal inside, sensory, something like that. And then we'll have the receptor, and then we'll have the effector. You know this, right? It's just the information that we can bring it down here for today's lesson, right? And then we learn that we have a nervous system divided into two: central nervous system and a peripheral nervous system. This one central divided into two, which will be the brain and the spinal cord, right? Spinal cord. And the peripheral nervous system divided into two, those that are sensory neurons and those are motor neurons. Sensory neuron, they are bringing in the impulse, and those one that are bringing out the impulse. These are the nerves outside of our central nervous system, right? Then with this motor neurons also divided into two, the motor neuron is also divided into somatic and autonomic. You'll agree with me, right? And then somatic here, this one voluntary muscles. Autonomic here, this one involuntary muscles. This one is also divided into two, which will be sympathetic and parasympathetic. With sympathetic, it's going to increase the heart rate. The parasympathetic is going to decrease the heart rate. They work antagonistically, right? From that word antagonistically, we also learn it here. When we say that yesterday, this one is a fresh, right? This one is fresh. Pupillary mechanism, dim light, I want it to be big. Light, I want it to be small to prevent more light, right? And then here, allow more light. They can ask you the structural adaptation of iris, right? Structural adaptation of iris. Iris, it is adapted to control the opening and closing of our pupillary pupil there, to allow more light in a dark room and to allow less light in a more lighter room, right? Working antagonistically. When the radial muscles, they relax, the circular muscles, they have to contract when we are coming back, and then when we are increasing, those circular muscles, they have to relax, and our radial muscles, they have to contract, right? We did this also, we cannot leave this. We did accommodation yesterday when we said something that is near, we have a near, and we also have the far. For something that is near 6 meters away, from 6 meters going toward your eye, this one will be regarded as near. From 6 meters going away, this one is going to be regarded as the far object, right? So when you are having a near vision, or when we are accommodating your eye for something that is near, we said we want to see our lens becoming big, right? There we want to see our lens becoming bigger like this. And then when something is distant, we want to see it not becoming smaller but becoming flatter. We use an example of balloon here, that you can pull this balloon here or you can let it go, right? So this is what is happening here in the near future. In a near object, we want to see it here. This is what is happening. Hence we said here the ciliary body has to come towards our lens there, so that while this is happening, our ciliary muscles, they are contracting, they are bringing down our ciliary body, and then our suspensory ligament, they are becoming slackened or they're becoming loosened, right? And then our lens there, they are going to be more convex, they are going to be bigger, right? As opposed to when something is at the far side. At the far, when something is far, we want to see our lens becoming narrower. We are pulling suspensory ligament out, and then this pulling is brought upon the relaxation of our ciliary muscles, and these ciliary muscles, they are bringing about the moving away, or the ciliary now moves away. The ciliary line moves away, and then here the ciliary body here moves away, and then here the ciliary body moves closer to the lens, right? So this is what is happening, or this is what we want to see, or this is how we are going to kill this cat. You know our motto, our slogan, kill the cat. And there's many ways to kill the cat, but make sure that the cat is dead. Okay, when you are killing here, when they say give us an accommodation where something is far away, it means that you want your lens there to become more convex, or to become more rounded, or to become big. While this is happening, it's happening because our suspensory ligament, they are becoming slackened, or they are becoming loosened, right? And then while this is brought upon our ciliary muscle contracting, our ciliary body moving closer, right? And then tension there is becoming less, because now those ciliary muscles, they are releasing those tensions, and then that thing that was stretching our lens here is releasing, right? So the tension there, the pulling off that balloon is releasing, right? So all this is happening so that the light rays will be refracted. Here we are doing this so that our light ray can be refracted to our focus area or to our retina, right? And then here the light rays are focused onto the retina. But with pupillary mechanism, we are doing this so that more light will enter the eye. Right here, we are just entering the eye. We are not changing the picture. We are just entering the eye. We're just you understand? I'm not sure if I've said this here, but we are not changing the picture, but we are just lightening up the picture. Those who are doing a photography or those who have phones, they know that they can go to the picture and decrease the exposure or increase the exposure. While you are decreasing the exposure, the picture is becoming black, right? It's becoming dark. This is what is happening here. Right, you are decreasing that light, but the picture is stay the same. So tomorrow we are going to do the visual defect. Today let's do what we are here for, right? With those images, right? So you'll agree with me. We did this, we did everything. You know what is happening here. You know what is happening here. Allow me to pass this part, right? So we are coming here. We are going to do our class activity. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for choosing me. You could have been doing something else, but you chose here to be with us. Guys, so thank you for being here. Thank you, my baby. Thank you, my horse. Guys, okay, class activity. What copyright what bana 18 years what class activities, right? Activities or class discussion, right? So we are going to do 2023 question paper mid-year, right? And 2023 November. So we can now see if the question was here and then it's not here. If the question is here, how are they changing this question under this main topic, right? November or December. So this is what is going to happen. Right now you're going to start here. This is your question paper, basic education, senior life sciences grade paper 1, grade 12, right? Mid-year. Where is the mid-year? This one is mid-year. You see there is no November. The other one in early November, I'm not sure, but this one is a mid-year, right? Paper 1. So we move on. We scan our question paper. Do I have to scan it? We can scan it or we cannot scan it, but we can start by writing our section. We want to answer question section A. We are not going to answer all the question, right? We are only to scan those that are related to what we are doing for now, right? 1.1, and then we want to answer 1.1 point something. Then 1.1.1, Iwaka diabetes, no. Receptor that are stimulated by low, no. The myelin sheath, we did this. We want 1.1.3, right? Then with 1.1.3 there, but the myelin sheath on a nerve cell, what? It means that we want the line that can come and join this one. The myelin sheath on a nerve cell provides electric insulation. Yes. Then how can we remove these three? But it transport impulse towards the cell body. Then right is receives impulse from the axon. Then right is convert stimuli into impulse receptor. So that one will be number A. You'll agree with me, right? You will agree with me. And then the other one, the structure where sperms, no. Which one of the following function as an amniotic fluid? No, you didn't do this with me. You'll agree with me. And then we are going to push to 1.1.6 and 1.1.7. As you can see there, but question 1.1.6 and question 1.1.7 are based on the diagram of the brain below. We did the brain? Yes. Go to your brain, go to your cerebrum and remove that file of you learning the brain. 1.1.6, but which one of the following you can decode here? Number 1, this one it's a corpus callosum, right? And then number 2, cerebrum. Number 3, cerebellum. Number 4, spinal cord or medulla oblongata. In this book, in our basic education, right? It can be spinal cord because you can see now this one will be our medulla oblongata, right? So which one of the following represent the corpus callosum? Number 1, number A. We don't have to prove this one. It's just number A, straightforward. This one, they are not corpus. Unless you don't know what is corpus callosum, you can now, you see, these questions becomes fun when you are marking and then someone said, name the part that represent corpus callosum, and then the person say, well, number 2, well, number 3. It means that the person, even the questions that it just shows you are just wasting your time by looking at this question or into this answer book. The person is going to answer fuck all. Because if you don't know this one is cerebellum, what is going to be a cerebellum here? Are you going to say this one is if you are not saying this one is corpus callosum, are you going to say this one is corpus callosum? No. Are you going to say this is corpus callosum? And are you going to say this is corpus callosum? So if when you choose between these three, yeah, my guy or my sister, I'll be the one to say this. Sorry, I pull up your socks, pull them up as high as you can, and also tie them ka rekere. We used to use in toilet condom, the last part of condom to tie our socks. That's what you have to do. You have to pull them up and then tie them. Then which one of the following is the function of part 3? What is the function of part 3? Here we are talking about this is cerebellum, right? So they come here, they say number A, it controls voluntary movement. Someone can pick this, and this one is a tricky question, right? And then the number B, but it controls involuntary action, and then number C, it coordinates voluntary movement, right? Number D, controls all sensation. Then the answer there will be number C, because this is cerebellum coordinate. We talked about this cerebellum coordinate, and then cerebrum control, right? And then involuntary muscles, involuntary action, this one will be medulla oblongata, and then controls all sensation, this one will be cerebrum, right? So we are only left with this, which is cerebellum. You see, we are not cramming, we are not guessing. You work out your answer. Now you see that I have one. Sure. Beg them. Now I'm left with 47 for me to beg this 50. Now I want 47. Let me go and search this 47. Let me go and search other marks. I'm sure now. So we move on, right? 2023 May. We move on. Here they are talking about placenta. We were not there when you learned placenta. And then here they're talking about the table shows the average testosterone. We were not there. And then number 1.2, obvious, something is there. And then something, where do we find something? This is the group of the cell pancreas. This is the type of the development. The layer in the eye that is rich supply with the blood vessel. There's the question there, 1.2.4. What is that layer? Here they want the layer in the eye. We did this, right? That is richly supplied by the blood vessel. We have 3 layers. We have sclera, choroid, and retina. One, it will be choroid, right? Choroid. You'll agree with me. We are agreeing. Then the rest here, you didn't do it with me. Like for example, the blood vessel that transport carbon dioxide from the fetus to the placenta. You didn't do this with me, right? You'll agree there. Then 1.3, let's see, do we have those 2 marks? Here you see that they give us 2 marks mahala. One thing that you have to know, follow the instruction. If they want A only, write A only. If they want B only, something like that. Do we have something that we did here? No. So we are missing that too. They don't have that too. Yeah, 1.4, we did this, right? You'll agree with me. It's still under question 1. It's still under section 1. Section A, right? So we are only just going to do that. And then question 4, 1.4, the flow diagram below represent the components of the nervous system, right? These are the components of what? Of the nervous system. And then you can see this flow diagram is dividing into 2. So this one will be central nervous system. This one will be peripheral nervous. You write it nervous system, right? We'll write it when we go down. And then central nervous system is divided into 2, which will be the brain and the spinal cord. We are decoding the question. And then here the peripheral system, if it's divided into the cranial nerves, is also going to be divided into the spinal nerves. We have only 2 types of nerves. We have the cranial nerve and the spinal nerves, right? Those that are leaving our brain and those that are leaving our spinal cord. And then with these 2, they are also going to be divided into 2 options like this. So we're only concentrating to this one, that this one is going to divide into sympathetic, and we know if it's not sympathetic, it is you only copy this. You say para, le para la mumakazi, and you copy this para sympathetic. So if they give you parasympathetic, you just come and quote sympathetic nervous system, right? And then number D there, this one parasympathetic and sympathetic, you know it comes from autonomic nervous system, right? You decoded everything. Now you can come and answer your question. You come and indicate the question that you are going to answer there. 1.4.1, identify the components of the nervous system represented by A and D. They want A and B. You come and indicate them like this so that you don't mistakenly for something else, right? You want number A. Where is number A? This is number A. But identify the components. That one is the peripheral nervous system. It's peripheral nerve. You write everything. Nervous, write everything. Nervous system, right? And then in brackets you can now P and S, right? Then number D, autonomic nervous system. That this one will be autonomic nervous system, right? We move on. 1.4.2, 1.4.2, you indicate the answer there. And then 1, now you have bagged one here, you've bagged one here. You are moving, right? You are collecting. You are killing this cat. Make sure that the cat is dead. After writing this examination, make sure that you have more than 50 marks, one page. Paper 1, more than 50 marks. Paper 2, more than 50 marks. And then you are done. You can relax, you can rest assured you have life science in the bag. You are not going to be counted with those who failed life science in 2024. Here's the thing. I'm saying I'll give you 10%, you being here 10%, and then your teacher, because they are being paid there, and this is their duty for you to teach you, they will have to give you 20%, and then when as the student, because all of this, it is revolving around you, you have to bring in 30%. All in all, you have this 50%. Then the rest, it will be just now you flexing, showing them that how can they tell me to kill a cat and they bring the cat inside the sack and they give me that sack they give me that cat inside that sack and said kill this cat. I will show them flames. That's why now you are dealing with my 60, 70, 80, 99, 100. 100. And Jumchecha is going to recognize you, my guy. You'll see the person who got 100%, 300 out of 300. Life science, mang, 2024. Then we alululate you, Rina. We will clap for you. Right? So, 1.4.2 there. Name the type, we are there. Name the type of the nerves found at sea. I was giving you the chance to answer here before we can come and answer. Okay. Name the type of nerves found at sea. Where is sea? See the spinal nerve, right? You write your spinal. You can see spinal. This is how I am. I've twitched my mind to write this thing, where else I'm going to say spinal, because if I were going to use my mother tongue like Mpedi or Zulu or Tsonga, and then I'll have to write spinal, I can write spinal. I can write something like this. Spy here. I can write spinal, right? I can write something like this. Then spinal cord, and then this one is it's not the correct thing. It's not the same with this. Hence we say the spinal. When we pronounce it, it's a spinal. It's a spine. It's a spinal cord. When we write it, it's a spinal cord. Brain. Right? Hemophilia. Karyotype. Those names, right? Homologous. Heterozygous. Homozygous. We are done with that chapter, but we are just picking it somewhere, but we know what is happening with that chapter. It's not like we are leaving the genetics and what behind. No, we have it, we picked it aside. Agree? We have our cerebrum here. Then inside our cerebrum, divided into two sides, we are coming and use this part here and pick our first topic, genetics and inheritance. And then now we are picking our response to the environment by human. The brains, the eye, then the ear to next week, and then the what here, the central nervous system. And then the next week, we are also going to pick something, right? Then after that, when we write, we just come and take out the file here and read whatever is happening. That's when we are using our memory. Do you agree, man? Right, let's move on. 1.4.3. Let me not waste your time, guys. You've been spending more than 1 hour 30 minutes with me here. 1.4.3. Give the letter and the name of the components that slows down the heart rate when an emergency situation has passed. Right? This one they're just giving you. This one you can see they're just giving us these 2 marks here. There's no way. They want us to give a letter and the name of the components that slow down the heart rate. Where is this happening? It's happening in sympathetic and parasympathetic. Either one of them, it is slowing. And if sympathetic, they don't have the letter here. They want the letter here, which is E. 1, you get your 1. And then the name parasympathetic, you write everything. You copy that sympathetic now. Sympathetic. You copy everything that side. You copy everything here. Nervous system. You know that this one here, it's in. This one here, I have it. Now I can move on. 1.4.4. 1.4.4. Follow the instruction, guys. 2 marks to follow the instruction. You can just come and say parasimple, or you can just come and give E. Or they can come and say, if you gave E, only E, and not the letter, they are going to penalize you. Right? They will want you to have everything. So someone can just come and guess here, A, B, C, D, E. So they want you to have everything so that you can have these 2 marks. Right? Then number 1.4.4, name the nerve cells that make up nervous tissue. What are nervous tissue? We'll talk about the brain and the spinal cord. These are the nervous tissue. So give us the name the nerve cells. Name the nerve cells that make up the nervous system. What are those nerve cells, right? You can say sensory, you can say it's 1 mark here. So if it's 3 mark here, you are going to say sensory neuron, motor neuron, and interneuron. But because it's 1 mark, we only need that to name neuron, right? You'll agree with me, right? Neuron, right? Or neurons. Neurons, these are the nerve cells that make up a nervous tissue. And those, we tell them the neurons. We have sensory neuron, we have 3 types of them, right? 1.4.5, you'll agree with me here, 1 mark here, we are begging it. Then 1.4.5, state 2 ways in which the brain is protected. They only want 2 ways, but you know it's protected in many ways. Here you can talk about your human hair, you can talk about your human skin, but they only want the one that we talked about here. So those 3, you know, right? 1, cerebrospinal fluid. 2, meninges layers. And then 3, the bone tissue or the cranium, right? So we write only 2. You choose only 2. Cerebrospinal fluid. Right? And what? And meninges, 3 layers, or just meninges, which is meninges. Meninges. They're called me. Oh my God. Oh, Mr. Mpepo. They are called me now. They called me ninjas. They called me ninjas. Whatever. Meninges. Make sure that the cat is dead, my guy. Kill it. My girl or my guy. Kill that cat. You place 1 bullet here, you place another bullet here. The cat is dying. There's no way. 8 months. You move on. The human eye, we haven't done this. You pass this, you pass it. We wait for me. When we are done with this now, we'll be now collecting another 8 marks. So you see, kancane kuzophumelela asekusele kancane ekusele kancane. Now if I had a full class, I will be singing, guys, singing those Guijo songs, singing those apartheid music, those what. Hey, Shona Malanga, Shona, while we are learning, Hari Shona Malanga, Shona Malanga, Aresizo, Tibana. Areti. So Tibana wana le nempeni. So guys, that was my class, or that is the imagination, or my imaginary class, right? The class that way we can sing after scoring some questions like this. Someone at the back there, maybe mang start the song. Whatever, man. Whatever the Guijo song that you want to sing, whatever the struggle song that you want to sing. Hari ngenawe na juju ngenawe na juju atande sasa. You'll have to listen. I agree. You can see I don't have a class. You are my class and you'll have to listen, my guy. If you feel like you don't want to listen, you can skip. Right? It's not like I don't want to appreciate you. I appreciate you, hence I don't want you to leave, right? Stay, hold that subscription, Lina. Hold it there. Right? Even if you're not watching, why not just subscribe and leave it away? Maybe I can tell the notification so that my videos, they won't bother you, or we won't notify you. When I just give that person subscription. Right? Then 3.4, you can see also here, also have another 8. Do the calculation, guys. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. This one will be the describe how the secretion of adrenaline causes increase in the energy production in an emergency situation. We are going to talk about this when we are dealing with homeostasis, right? Glucose. The glucose has to increase so that the energy here has to increase, metabolism. Hey, what? You're going to learn about this. So hang around, subscribe. 3.4 human eye, right? We did this, it's fine. So you come here, this one will be section AB, this one will be section B, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure, so that you also have to make sure, right? We are on a new section, you write another section. This will be our section B, question number 3, right? You write everything, because someone can come and think the marker, when you are just coming in and say 3.5, the marker might think, or maybe, or they can argue, or the person was writing 1.3.5. Since you are 1.4, then here you come and write 3.5. I'll show you what I'm talking about. 3.5. The marker might argue that the person was trying to write 1.3.5, since this question, or since whatever is the person is writing here, the person is writing under question 1, right? Under section 1 here, right? You have to come and do this. You have to give them the full indication, the full direction, or not the question. Hence, when maybe they say, for example, is the human eye, right? We can do this one. We have the human eye, we have the sclera, we have the choroid, we have the retina, right? And then we have the blind spot, we have the yellow spot, we have the vitreous humor, we have the lens, we have the cornea, we have the iris, we have the suspensory ligament, we have the ciliary body, we have the ciliary muscles, we have the aqueous humor, we have the optic nerve. Do you understand? You can kill it, right? But also give them the direction. For example, here, if maybe you want to talk about the iris, and then they said give the function of function number F, or something labeled number F, you can come to that question and say number F, this will be the iris. You are giving them a direction. Or number F, I'm seeing it as an iris. I'm going to give you the question, or I'm going to give you the answer based on iris. So if maybe you are seeing something else, or if maybe tomorrow they found that the question here has to, maybe this line here was supposed to pass and come to the suspensory ligament here, right? And then the memorandum that they're bringing the function of suspensory ligament here, but people answered the function of iris here. So if you can just come and say number F, it's going to suspend, it's going to what. So that one, it won't be that much straightforward based compared to when you are giving them a direction. Give them that direction, and then you come here 3.5, and then you come and say 3.5.1. We are going to answer every question here since we did this, right? Then 3.5.1, let's move on. 3.5.1, identify structure F, iris, right? Iris. Then 3.5.2, and then state 2 function of fluid A. Where is fluid A? This is a vitreous humor. What is the function of this fluid? We have many functions of this fluid, but we only did the few, right? We said this one, it support Mr. People. It support the structure, right? The structure, it support the structure of the eye, right? The 1-2 marks there. So you have to give another one. It support the structure of an eye, this fluid here. And then another thing, it also plays a role in refracting the light, right? You can also say it plays a role, right? You can say it plays a role in light refraction, right? You know the difference between refracting and reflection, right? Also another one. Since it is clear, it is clear because it also allows the light to pass. So it is transparent, right? You can also write, this is the function, 2 function. Function is to allow the light to pass because it is transparent, right? It allows, the only one 2. So I'll give you 3. It allows a light. This is the function, right? Because if it was dark, it was not going to allow the light. So now it is transparent, but it allows lights to pass, right? To pass or to be transmission, right? I'm not sure if transmitted, but it allows light to pass because it is transparent, right? If it was dark, the light was not going to pass. So 2 here. So we move on, right? You give them 2 or you give them 3 like that, and then they are going to mark only the first 2. So here's the thing, you don't give them a option, right? You only give those 2 that you give, that you think they are the best. Then number 5.5 to number 2 here, which one? To support the structure and also to refract light. Those are the best that you can give, right? 3.5.3, describe the structural difference between area B and area C. Where is area B? Our yellow spot, right? You are going to say area B. You can also write yellow spot if you have that power, to show them that I know what I'm talking about. And area C, which will be the blind spot, I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm going to talk about. So if right now you are not going to give me these 2 marks, we can come here and we can talk. So now I can give you the structural difference. What is different structurally, not with the function. Here there won't be no picture. Here we'll have the clearest picture. That one is the function. But we want the structural difference. The structure, how it is made, that is different from another part. Here in a yellow spot, because this one, the structure here, we find photoreceptors. Receptors, right? Those can be rods and cones, right? Those can be rods on cones. In yellow spot, we have, or yellow spot contain receptor, while blind spot, no. In blind spot, no rods and cones. You are done. You get your 2 marks. Yellow spot, we have rods and cones. Blind spot, we don't have rods and cones. Structurally, how it was built. It was built in a way that in a blind spot we see that we don't have rods and cones. But B, it was built to a point where we see that here we have rods and cones, more cones, right? So that was your number 2 there, collecting, right? Then moving on, 3.5.4, right? 3.5.4, this is the last question with 15 marks, my God. 15 marks, my people, my good people, my good people. Then 3.5.4, name the visual defect. We are going to talk about this tomorrow, right? Thank you. They brought them here so that we can have a small introduction to them, right? Barry, name the visual defect that occurs when the curvature is the structure, right? The curvature of part E, it's uneven. So we have something called a visual defect. We are going to talk about them tomorrow. We have short sightedness, we have long sightedness. Short sightedness is when you can see something that is close but you cannot see something that is far. Long sightedness is when you can see something that is far but you cannot see something that is close. Hence you find that when they read the Bible, they have to move it away because they cannot see something that is near, right? And then those that are using specs and what to zoom things, it's because now they see things that are at the near point, so they have to zoom this thing back, right? We use those glasses and what to understand, to play up or to fix these defects, right? And from there, with these 2 types, we also add another 2 type, which will be the one that they're talking about, which is astigmatism, right? Something like this, right? Astigmatism, it's when you will understand, or you agree with me that this part here, it is bent, right? So this bending or this outward curve, it plays in a refracting of a light, right? It plays in a bending that light so that light will be directed toward our lens, right? So this part here, when it is uneven, for an example, when maybe this part here is closer, uneven like this, right? It's not perfectly rounded, right? It's not perfectly half rounded. So that defect there, or when you say the defect, it's just maybe when you were created, there was something that didn't went right. We said it's a defect, right? I'm not sure if I can have another word here that we can use to describe a defect. I'm not sure. I don't want to go to Google and Google this, but the defect, maybe an example, we have something that is straight and we say that we have something that is straight, and then we say we have one that is like this. We can say this one is a defect, right? It did not come out the way as it should be, right? We expected it to be straight, but now it's like this. It is defected. So now this one is this visual defect that our curvature of part A is not even. So this one is not like, you understand, even. There's a bumps. We call that astigmatism, right? We also have another part. I'm saying there are 4. 1, 2, 3 astigmatism. Number 4, it's when we have the protein that are building here. right? You see, or you know, those people that when you look, they mostly they don't see, right? Those people that they are blind, right? You can see that inside their human eye there, where we have the pupil, that the pupil has to be black, that pupil is whitish, right? That pupil there, it has a white build. That white is happening here at our lens, right? Because everything here is clear, we tend to see this opening here being white, right? But the thing that is becoming white is our lens here. We have the protein that beating up, and then the defect is called cataracts. I'm not sure, cataracts, right? These are the protein building up here. We're going to talk about this tomorrow, right? And how to fix those, how to fix this defect, right? So 3.5.5, you learn about this one today. Introduction is stigmatism. It's when this one here it's uneven, right? We have 3 of them, or we have 4 of them. We can have uneven here, we can have growing here, or we can have your picture be formed here, and you can have our picture be formed here. So all of this, they're making up our visual defects. 3.5.5 asks, but explain how the sight of a person will be affected if this is what I was talking about. Cataracts, yeah, these are called cataracts. So explain how the sight of a person will be affected if cataracts developed in part D. In part D, it's our lens, right? If in this lens we develop the cataract, even when now you didn't know what these cataracts are going to do, you're just going to know that our lens here is going to develop something, and this lens here is going to become blurry, right? Or it cannot now direct light. We'll talk about this tomorrow, right? But here's the thing, it cannot, or this is going to affect the refracting of our light, right? This thing is going to affect our refracting of our light, resulting in a blurry or a blurry picture or blurry image, right? Image, right? Because the lens of ours there, they are clouded, right? These cataracts, they come and build here and cloud. I'm trying to just give you a brief explanation. They come and cloud here and cause our light to be scattered all over. So we cannot now direct our light straight to our yellow spot there for a clear image. So hence we end up with our blurred image. Our image becomes blurred. Hence, when you scratch your lens behind your camera there, the image that you take, it becomes blurry. You understand? That is the problem here. We can also see that problem in a human eye. So the way to you say, but explain how the sight of the person will be affected. This person can lose a sight, or can have the blurred, or can have no image, right? Because the light maybe is not passing, right? We can have them build here and cloud everything here, and then now the light cannot pass. That person becomes totally blind, until we can come and remove this lens and replace it with another one. That person can now see. So that's how we become an optometrist. That's how you study this optometry. You do the what we call the surgery, where you remove the human lens and replace it with another one. You are treating cataracts, right? So when this one is uneven, we can have the contact lens, the contact lens like that, right? And then when we have the pictures here and here, we can have the glasses. Now we can talk about the spectacles. So this is what is happening in a nutshell, in a basic education. You are getting this in a basic education. So the sight will be affected in this way. You can have no image, or you can have the blurred image, because the light is not passing, right? Because no light passing, right? We are just putting it just JJ. No light passing, we'll have no image, or we'll have the blurred image. They say 3 marks, right? And then another one, you can say the refraction will be disturbed, while now you are trying to play with them, Yana, showing and telling them that you understand what you're talking about. I understand, right? To 3.5.6, the last question. Describe the process of accommodation. Describe the process of accommodation, right? This is the process of accommodation. Accommodation, we are dealing with a human lens, right? Near, we have to see big. Away, we have to see stretch. Now describe the process of accommodation that takes place when an object is less than 6 meters away from a human eye. Here we are talking about a near vision, right? Near vision accommodation. Accommodation, right? Near vision accommodation, because it's less than 6 meters, right? So with near vision accommodation, I want to see my lengths becoming big. Lengths have to be big, right? Or lengths can be big or whatever, right? You are 6 marks. They are going to give you these 6 marks based on the keywords that you placed, right? And lengths have to become bigger, or now you understand, right? It's have to bigger. You have to explain this. The lengths have to become bigger or more convex, right? Convex, right? So what is happening here? Our suspensory ligament, right? Suspensory ligaments, SS. Our suspensory ligament become slacken, right? Slacken or loosen, right? What is bringing that? It is our ciliary body. Our ciliary body moves towards what? Towards the length, right? Towards the length. Why? How is this brought about? It's brought about ciliary muscles, right? Contracting, right? Then you'll also have to talk about ciliary muscles contract. Then if you want to start down going up, you start by ciliary muscle will contract. After ciliary muscle contract, our ciliary body will move towards the length. After moving towards the length, our ciliary body, they are going to become slacken or loosen. While these are becoming slacken or loosen, our length here is going to be bigger or more convex. And then while all this is happening so that light will be bent, will be bent more, right? Light will be bent more, and then focusing the light to the retina. So you are done. To the retina. So you are done. You have explained all the process, right? But the first thing you have to calm down to decode this question. The moment they ask the accommodation, you know we are dealing with the lengths. Closer, it has to be big. Then explain the bigger thing. They can also ask you to sketch this process here. Sketch it. How are you going to sketch it? It means that you are going to see your lengths there, and then you are going to see, we are also going to want to see our ciliary suspensory ligament, and we're also going to see our ciliary body and the ciliary muscle contract, right? So this is the sketch that we'll want to see. So guys, you can see this is the question, last question. Can we move on, or we are done? Do you want us to be done, or you want us to move on? November 2023. Is this the question paper? Yebo. Yes. Okay, I promised you mid and November. So now let's do November. Let's do November one. Ne? Worry, guys. We are learning. At the end of the day, this one is going to help you to move on, right? So question number paper number 1. This one during our this is another thing. During our November, this one is November, right? You can see that mid-year, they brought more questions under this topic, right? But in November, they brought less question. So now we can try to move on. If we are going to write, if we have those that are going to write November paper this time, and those who are going to write in June this time, and those who are going to write in November, we can now take this June question paper and see those questions that there will be more here. It means that there will be less in November, or vice versa. Look at what I'm talking about, right? Let's scan the question paper while we are scanning these questions under this topic, right? We'll move on. You will see when 1.1 section A, yes, we'll have questions there for sure. Section A, and then question 1, right? Thank you for being here. Question 1.1, which one of the following the part control? Oh yeah, this one also falls at our question there. Then, but which one of the following parts controls the amount of light entering the eye by influencing the size of the pupil? So the pupil is decreasing, is increasing. Is this the sclera? No. Is this the cornea? No. Is this the retina? No. nabo was nabo ubhuti Madlisi nabo ubhuti umdala la guys ubhuti umdala udira life science. It's ubhuti umdala doing life science. That guy is in grade 12, right? Ubhuti umdala, yeah, that's the name. Udira life science. If Udira life science, guys, tag him or send this link to him. Revan, come and learn life science with us here. Maybe you can communicate with other people's his peers, and then we see our class increasing, right? Who knows, guys? Who knows, guys? Just push this. Just push this class, guys, right? Then 1.1.2, the function of the umbilical cord. You didn't do this with me. Here we are talking about the blood glucose. We haven't done this. We are also coming here. I will also teach you how to bag this one here, how to put this one, how to score that one, and then here the one of the following correct carbon dioxide. Also this one we haven't done it. The plant hormone, we are also going to learn this, and then the girl looking, okay, 1.1.6, yes, 1.1.6. You indicate, right? You indicate your thing. You indicate your answer. So now I'm answering 1.1.6. Then, but here's the thing. But a girl looking at a car moving away. The car is moving away. This is the car. Right? The car is moving away. Then the guy is sitting here. Then the girl looking at the moving car moving away from her. She is able to focus on the letters on the number plate. So something is happening in the number plate. But which one of the following changes occur in her eyes, right? Anything to do with pupillary mechanism, right? We want to do with accommodation here, right? And then accommodation of something that is going further. It means that our is going to be doing like this while this thing is moving away, right? So that will stay focused. There has to be stretching. But number A, the suspensory ligament slacken. Are they going to slacken? No, because when they slacken, it means that it's moving towards us. And then what the ciliary body is going to relax. Is it going to relax? Yeah, yes, because it has to pull our sensory what there. It will be number B. And then how do we cancel number C? The light rays. We're not talking about the light rays. The lengths become more convex. We are talking about this one will be our moving near. So now this one will be our answer. You see how we get this answer? You see, don't cram. 1.1.7, the one of the characteristic spam. We didn't do this with me. In a person suffering from a long sightedness. Yeah, we're going to do this tomorrow. I told you back. So let's see if we can answer this. In a person suffering from a long sightedness, right? We said that someone, yes, your human eye. Long sightedness, you are here, you don't hear. Long sightedness, you are here, not here, right? So let's see. But A, the eyeball is longer than normal. We're still going. Let's talk about this tomorrow, right? Let's talk about this tomorrow because they're talking about the eyeball, and then we also have things that I thought maybe they're only going to talk about what we have already done as an introduction of tomorrow's lesson, right? 1.1.9 there. The diagram below shows the results of investigation done to determine the effect of light intensity on the sight of a pupil, right? As you can see the diagram, I told you that when we find the diagram, you should be able to conclude or you should be able to interpret here. What is happening here, this is the distance of the light, right? The distance from the light source. We have our candle here, and then we are moving away. While we are moving away, our pupil, it is increasing. You can see when we were closer here, our pupil it was 1. When we were somewhere here, our pupil it was 4. But when we were further here at 5 centimeter, our pupil was big, right? So we come to the question, which one of the following statement is a conclusion? We want to conclude this, right? That can be made from the results. Which one of these of the following, it can be the right conclusion for this, right? So let's see. Number A, but as the distance from the light source increases, we are going that direction, right? The size of the pupil increases, right? This one will be number A, right? So let's remove this B, C, D, E first. Number B, as the distance of the light source decreases, we are coming back, the size of the pupil increases. No, wrong. As the size of the pupil increases, the pupil is increasing and the distance of the light is increasing. This one makes it wrong. You'll see, I'll explain. As the size of the pupil decreases, the distance from the light source increases. No, right? Here's the thing with number C, but as the size of pupil increases, right, the pupil it is increasing, it's doing like this, right? The distance of the light increases. Here's the thing. We have we have the dependent and we also have the independent. We have something that is controlling something. Here in this statement, we are saying that when you are at a constant level, right? You are in one level. But what you are doing in this statement, what you are doing, you are decreasing, you are decreasing or you are increasing your pupil. While you are doing this, the light here is moving away. This is what this statement is saying. It's saying that when your pupil is increasing here, when your pupil it is increasing, sorry, when your pupil here it is increasing, and then the distance of the light it is increasing. It means like this, which is wrong, right? Because we want it to be like this. We want to move away, or we want the distance of the light. We want to move away the light so that we see our pupil increasing, right? The answer there will be A. Agree with me? Fast. The following is the list of the events. Okay, the female body didn't do this with me. And then 1.2, obviously we'll have something here, the form, the structure, the pigment. 1.2.6, but we want the pigmented layer. This is the layer of the eye that absorb excess light, right? We have 3 layers of the eye, 3 layers, sclera, choroid, and retina. Which one of these 3 absorb the light? There's a choroid, right? It has those dark pigment and it also provide nutrients and oxygen, right? Here we are going to say choroid. You can see that this answer here is coming back again, right? June, it was somewhere here. It was at 1.2.4. Now they brought it here again, right? So you can see 1.3. Yes, we also have a question there. 1.1.3, 1.3.3, right? But in 1.1.3, you indicate which part are you answering. You don't just come and say 1.3.3. And then, but the nerve that transmit impulses from the retina, which will be the eye, to the brain. We did optic nerve. We didn't do about auditory nerve. We're going to do this next week, right? The answer there will be A. Only you following this, you're going to get your 2, right? That 2 there. Just following this direction, you're going to get that to the human eye. You haven't done that. Reproduction, you didn't do that with me. Sex, dog style, what we call this one, you didn't do this with me. You didn't do this with me. 2.1.1, but name the type of fertilization that occurs during reproduction in frogs. External, right? You didn't do this with me. You'll agree. You didn't do this with me. The testes there, right? Be able to explain that, or we'll do that in a small revision when we are done with what we are doing, right? Human brain, we did this. You'll agree with me. We did this. We did cerebrum, we did cerebellum, we did the pituitary gland, did the medulla oblongata, we did the spinal cord, having 11 marks, right? Pegged. And we also did this, right? 2.5, 9 marks, right? What is a reflex action? This is the action that is brought about by our reflex arc, right? And then number 2, state one reason why the synapses is significant. We talked about this so that we have one direction and one movement of our synapses, and then so that we can avoid the overstimulation, and then so that we can control how our next neurons are stimulated, right? The importance of knee-jerk reaction so that it will bring upon this one we were given it here. It said that it bring about, it's very important for the balance and the movement, right? From there. And then number 5, describe the pathway of the impulse in which the reflex act to bring about the knee jerk. You do everything. Sensory, dorsal root, ventral. We did that, right? You'll agree with me. We did the angema. Bona fail. We did the angema, 14 marks. Guys, tell me if you are not going to pass here. We did this, right? If you miss this, go back. You can rewind it or you can rewatch this. Now we are moving on. We are also going to do this, right? These 14 marks here, we are also going to take it, beg it, and then here we are doing a responding to the environment, which will be 6 marks. We'll try 13 marks. We'll try and get that one also. We will try, and then here we are going to do the respond to the environment by plants. We are going to try and beg this 9 here. So all in all, we are done with today's lesson. Thank you guys. Less than 1 hour. Thank you guys. Until we meet again, until we meet tomorrow we are going to do the visual defects, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, guys. Share with others so that they can be able to come and do these activities and we move on, right? Each one teach one. Umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu bakithi. Lalelani ngaloko man. Guys, thank you for being here. Lindrabat, you are making me a human being, right? A human is human by other human. Umuntu ngabantu, right? So guys, amalanga wafani. Some days we'll have to push up until 1 hour 30 minutes. Some days we'll only have to push up until 1 hour. Some days we're only going to push 20 minutes. So with that being said, guys, from me, Mr. Mpepu, see you tomorrow. How will we rock? How will Wednesday? See you again tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Peace. While you are, hey, subscribe there, subscribe, comment, like. Remetse wena, like. Guys, yabo. Like we are meeting. You see, you can even see the mistake here. I wrote none. This one has to be November. Mara commentani, guys. Commentani, like. Just comment hashtag shosholoza. We are shosholozing, right? Loza. We are shosholozing, right? Right? We are hey, just comment, guys. Comment, please. We are done. Today's lesson, we are done. Comment. I'm waiting for you to comment. Okay, to like in there. Subscribe. Okay, peace. Kotsonga belelena mulalo be na batho bothe ko rula kube nani. Ukuthula kube nani. All. Thank you. I love you guys. From my name is Mpepu. Khupela